yo! We're on! Alright guys, how you doing? Am I too loud? Am I too quiet? Let me know in the chat box. Welcome to the stream. Oh, raring to go today. Raring to go. Oh shit, this is not even set up. Stand by guys. Stand by, stand by. That's one of my old little accounts. How's everyone feeling? How's everyone? Did you have a good weekend? Anyone watch the football with England? Terrible one. Yeah, everyone's saying it's brilliant. I don't know what they were watching like. Okay guys, we've had a lovely hour close apart from there's no bottom wick, right? So I was looking to catch something on the way down, but now you've got no bottom wick, so it's really put me off, so we're not in any rush, anything like that. What I quickly want to do though, firstly get the chat box up and running. Who have we got on this morning? Good morning Nella, good morning Jack. The Mr. Mears, the legend himself. John Type Mears. Saw a girlfriend and went for a bike ride. Did you? What did you do this weekend? You saw it? Oh, you saw your girlfriend and then went for a bike ride. Oh, right, okay. Nice. This weekend, what did I do? Do what? We literally just chilled this weekend. Pure chilled. I didn't do much at all. I just watched all the football. Friday, I watched Spain. And then I watched France, and then Saturday watched England, and then watched Netherlands, and then Sunday just potted around the house and that, went on the beach, things like that. Didn't do much really, didn't do much. So, I want to show you this trade from Friday. I said we'll cover it. Friday's trade. I've updated the logbook, I've updated the screen record. I just want to quickly show you because it's crazy how it's tapped it. Now remember I was saying price can't drive up without coming down to tap this level at 2361. Look what it's done. Literally came down, tapped it and shot off. Shot off. And if you tried to hold this and you missed it, you did get another chance to get out at break even. But when you start getting closures back in the area, that's when you should be thinking, okay, right, I need to get out of this now. So you should have got out here back at break even if you missed this. Okay. Me personally, I actually closed full, literally on this candle close. As this, and I just want to cover this, right? I want to cover this quickly because some people ask me, why do you close out full before you take back and move to break even? Well, when you get a big push like this is the reason, right? So when you get a big push like this, every time you get a new candle change, what are you going to get? You're going to get a pullback, okay? You're going to get a pullback. So let's say this 15's pushed and nearly tap, take partial move to break even, nearly. And because this was getting close to the close of this candle, I just closed out as it was pushing because I knew the last few minutes of each candle you're going to start pulling back. So I knew there was going to be a wick on this, and then I knew that the next candle is likely going to pull back to break even anyway. So that's why I close out. So if candles getting close to a close, sometimes I do close out at full. So I closed out full for about, I think it was about 18 pips. No, it wasn't. 12 pips. 12 pips I closed out at. And then, good thing we did because it absolutely shot off to the moon. Look at that. So that's that trade. I want to show you to keep everything right. Remember, this is a new demo. I'll tell you what, I'll just show you this. So this is, can you see that? No, you need to be smaller, don't you? This is the MT4 demo, what we use to trade on on stream. This is a new one. Remember, I had to start again because I got rid of the old crap because the spreads were shite. Okay, so account, there's the two trades. There's the first trade, 449 and 540 we've took so far on stream, and then this links up with July's streams. So These are two trades, 449, 540. If you want to watch the streams back, the YouTube links are there. Just ask me for them and I can send them over to you. But other than that, we're doing pretty good. Sure, I've got COVID, you know. I can't get rid of this cough. Okay, all happy. Any questions on that? Went to still fragile. Oh, mate, I can't drink anymore, mate. Morning, Jordan. We've just got on. We did have a potential breakout on the one, but it's got no bottom wick, so I wouldn't be touching it without a top wick. So we're going to do a top down now. We were just going over Friday's stream, Jordan. How we tapped tape, partially moved to break even, and then we went through the roof. So, well read. Okay, guys. Let's do a top down. Let's do a top down. So, I'll explain this a later shortly for you. So, guys, top down analysis. Monthly, very, very bullish. Okay, we did form some structure. Now, you're probably looking at this and think, okay, we're bullish, we're still pushing, but you got to remember that at any point, this monthly candle can flip to the downside, okay? Because why did this form here? Why did we get a doji there? What was the reason? Okay, we didn't even get a bottom wick on this, and it didn't break any lows. So the reason we got a doji is because we ran out of fuel. So we were driving along in our car. We actually pulled up to these levels. We ran out of fuel, so we had to pull back. We pulled back, and then we pushed back up and thought, oh my god, we still haven't got enough fuel. So we pulled back, and then we closed. Okay. Then what's happened? We've just gone from here to push up. Well, we still haven't had any extra fuel. We haven't had any extra fuel yet. We haven't broke the lows. So for me, you need to break these lows if you want to keep driving. Okay, so that's what I've got. I would imagine we need to flip, we need to break these lows, and there's also a reason to come back down there because we've got no top wick and we've got no bottom wick. Therefore, what tends to happen, and I use that word a lot because it's Forex, anything can happen, price tends to come back to these levels with no top wick and no bottom wick. So I would imagine price coming back to there. Now, the thing what's happened, what I did say, what I couldn't really see happening, but it has happened, is we broke the previous high now, right? So what does that mean then? When I say I didn't think it would happen, but I said it could happen off the weekly. So if we go down to the weekly, remember what we said with the weekly? So the weekly range is this. This is the weekly range. And remember what we said? The weekly broke back in, then you had a bearish, and then you had a bullish, but you didn't close above this minor range. So we need to confirm if we are breaking above there. Price came down, retested the zone. However, this whole time when we moved back into this range, we're in this range, aren't we? Therefore, where should price be going? Well, we said this last week. Price should be coming up to fill the range. And look what's happened. Price is coming up to fill the range. Now, we haven't actually tapped the top of the range yet at 2415. Now what I'm saying is we have closed respecting this support here. So what I'm trying to see if we can get on the weekly, you've got no top wick on this weekly, which tells us that this one is probably going to close bearish, right? Because that's what tends to happen. When you've got no top wick, you tend to close opposite. However, this weekly's got no top wick as well, and you try and find two candles with both no top wicks. It's quite rare. So if it's rare, and this weekly's got no top wick, but it's closed, therefore, what weekly can only be the one that creates a top wick? Well, it's this one. So if we're saying this weekly has to have a top wick, what are we looking for then? Well, I would have preferred if price opened up first, pushed up, created a top wick, and then flipped to the downside. So this is what I've got, right? You can actually get a swing trade on this, right? Swing trade. So I've got an alert here at 2414 because I looked where the daily and the weekly closed, and what I'm after is this. Straight back down with a top wick. This is what I'm trying to catch this week. That. So for me, I am looking at taking an entry from here. This on a sort of the daily time frames. It'd be a set and forget this type of thing. Stops above here. I'd be sell limit all the way back down to this level. That's what I'm after. And the reason why I'm looking to take this, because I still believe that the monthly can close above these levels without coming back down to the levels down here with that no top wick, no bottom wick. Okay, and that there should initiate the push down, I would imagine, unless we need to break the highs again. And if that's the case, then it is what it is. But that's where I'm looking to catch this week, okay? As in a longer time frame trade. So if we're saying that this is going to have a top wick, what do we have to be careful of today? Well, we have to be careful of, or this week, that this weekly has started off pulling back. That means at what point is it going to flip to the upside, and then at what point is it going to flip back to the downside? There's 5 days in this week. So what could we say? Okay, day one we could have a bearish close on the daily. We have a bearish daily close, and then we could maybe get Tuesday bullish, Wednesday bullish and tap, then Thursday bearish, Friday back in, small bearish close. Could we get something like that? And then next week would be a case of top wick and then come to fill the range. Could we get something like that? We don't know. This is what we've got to see. But as long as we know the bigger picture on the top down, we can plan. So yeah, we could sort of take buys up because we are bullish, but we have got no top wick, remember. But we do understand that we're likely going to come and tap this level at least, because there's nowhere to sort of bounce from really. Because even when these close respecting, one of them still bounced off here. So it's currently, price is currently hovering in the range. So it's a case of, when is this going to flip to the upside? When is this going to flip? How far is this pullback going to be? That is the question today. How far is this pullback going to be before it starts flipping? So daily, similar situation. We respected this area. How is this going to close? And how far is the pullback going to be? Well, if we can say we get a pullback to the previous support at 2360, could we take a wing back buy? So could we tap this level, tap, and then a flip to the upside? Could we get something like that today? I'm not sure. Or are we going to close bearish like this? Exactly what I said on the weekly. Bearish close, bullish close. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Could we get that? And if we're going to look like that, it's going to look like this, isn't it? There's Monday. There's Tuesday. There's Wednesday with the top wick. Oh, I hate when it's sort of off like that. Messes me OCD up. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then what happened there? And then Thursday, and then Friday, back down, taps, pull back. That is literally what happened here. Could we get the same? Could we get the same? So if that's the case, could we just sell down? This would be our target. So this would be my target for sell. I wouldn't be taking any sells below there, even though the weekly can drive down. But for the daily, I'm looking at this for the daily. It's the only thing I've got to go off really. We could get something like this, mind. Three areas where we're looking like this. So this area here, this. It's broke well above that, so we disregard this one. So this one, we closed bullish, and then we got a small bearish candle, and then the daily came up. So could we get this? However, to get this, to break the highs, what would we probably need to have done today? Well, the last few weeks, we probably would have needed to break these lows because we haven't got any liquidity really. We didn't break any lows here, we just carried on pushing. So I would imagine we would have broke these lows if we were going to break these highs. So therefore I really don't think we can get above there. I might be wrong though, guys. I don't have all the answers, I don't know everything. But the odds of not breaking above there is pretty high in my opinion. So are we going to get a small daily? If that's the case, we're not going to move much because we've already done the move type of thing. Or are we going to pull all the way down? If so, this would be my target, 2360. I wouldn't be taking sells beyond there because at any point you can close respecting or you can reject back up. Or buys up would have to be a flip of the daily. And still we would have to be careful because I would probably want this pullback to previous support first. So we can either take wing back buys from here or we can sell down. So that's what we're probably looking at the moment. Everyone with us so far? I'm not blabbering on, am I going too fast? I'm from the UK, we talk a lot really fast. We do where I'm from anyway. So the 4 hour, I don't think the 4 hour actually tells us as much, guys, because that's that daily area there. Remember the small daily I showed you? So that's it there. So if we can get a 4 hour close below that, then that would probably confirm that, okay, we're not going to close like that, we're going to be pulling down to this area. So the 4's come down to these levels. And then you pull back. Could we take a wing back buy from 2356? That would be pretty nice. It's just whether the daily is going to come down to that level today. The stops on this though would have to be below. Oh my god, how big are they? That's 4 hours, isn't it? I just don't like this one. But we haven't tapped this, so it's like, can we drive that far down without tapping this? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll probably still take that, to be honest with you. Right. Sells down. 4 hour is bearish, but I would probably need to close below this now. Because this is quite a key area where you can start pushing bullish if you wanted to. So I'd probably need to close below that 4 sells down. Look, there's another one here. You come back down to this level and that initiates the push back up. So definitely I'm not looking at sells on that yet. We haven't got much data to go off, guys, so every trade now gets riskier, okay, because we've got less probabilities. 3, again, small doji bearish. Where did this 3 come to? Because could we get a wing back buy from here? Like these. Second entry there. Ooh, this might be nice. This might be nice. What's this? Have we tapped this here? Okay. Stops are big though, but these ranges are big. I think we're going to have big stops, but our targets are also going to be big. So I'm looking at the 3s. So this is the first 10 of the 3, is it, I believe? Yeah, so the first pullback on the 3. Once we're up in these levels, this 3 tends to come down to 2372 and then reject back up. Even if you want to drive down, maybe not this one because we did break all the highs, but even if you want to drive down, so we tapped this area, we came down, we still tapped, and then we pulled back, and then we drove through. You've got this 3 actually came all the way through, so we've got to be mindful of that. That's after we tapped this level though. Again, another 3 here, another 3 here, another 3 here. So stops for this would literally have to be below the low there for me. stops can be actually quite tight. So we could potentially look at 2373 for a wing back buy, and for a second entry 2356 with stops, because this is the only area we're looking at here. If you push past this, here, if this is not what we're on, then you're going to get that, or you're going to get that, or you're going to get this. So we've got to either, it's basically all these areas, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's double the amount where you reject from here than drive through. So could we take a wing back sell from there, expecting the flip back to the upside? It's like, can we really drive down? So the only time we drove down to stops, right, is after we've tapped this straight down, and then to do it again you tap it. To do this again, you were already up there. So are we saying that we can drive past these levels, these stops levels, without tapping 2413? That's what it looks like. But again, like I've just mentioned, is we haven't got much data. So the probabilities, yes, they're pretty good percentage wise, but we haven't got many to go off. So that's the issue. So yeah, I do like both ideas. Like I say, I wouldn't be taking sells below here anyway. This would be last line defense. So that's the 3. What about the 2? Was it 2? Ooh, you little bugger. No bottom wick on the 2. What are you doing? What does that mean on the 3? Let me look and see what this range is on the 2. So the 2's never pull back with 2 candles, no bottom wick. Therefore, does that mean we are going to flip to the downside? And you've never had a 2-hour close respecting this level. So for me, the 2's probably something like that. Or is it more like that? What's this here? Doesn't really fit nice, does it? Don't like any of it. It's just so clean, the traffic, the ranges. What's that? Maybe something like that. So if that's the 2, broke. 2's pulled back. The 2's don't actually tap. Oh, coming back into the range. If we can get a steep top wick, we could even get a sell stop underneath. Because if this 2 does flip, there's only one place for it to go. Ooh. What would this be then? 150. 35. Let me have a look at this. We might have potential sell stops on here, guys. Even though I said, well, I wasn't interested in the sells, but I really like this. Look, no 2 candles, no bottom wick. Why is it doing that? Why? The hour, if we can work out this hour range, when you get an hour close, what happens to price? So, did the hour close below this? Just. Is this going to be a fake out on the hour? So they all come down to tap 2373. 23. Oh, this one didn't. We've had the top wick though, so if we're going to flip, we're going to flip. Okay, every time you get an hour close below there, you come and tap this level. Okay, let's get a sell stop, guys. Guys, I'm going to have sell stops underneath this hour. Stops for me is only going to be the 4 hour high, to be honest with you. Wait, there's 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. Won't be the 1 hour, 4 hour high. Probably be the 2 hour high. So stops would just be above here. Stop loss. It would be something like that. Because if you push back up to that, that's probably the daily flipping. But if this does flip, there's only one place for it to go, and that's 2372. Here's the thing though, we could potentially take a wing back buy from there as well, so we could potentially sell down. So what would stops be? Stops would be 140 pips there. Take partial move to break even would be 34 pips. Target would be down here. I'm not sure we're going to get down there though. So guys, I'm going to get sell stops underneath this. If this does flip. Sell stop. The only thing I don't like, you've got no bottom wick on this. You've got no bottom wick on this, so what's going to tend to happen is this hour should close bullish. That's the only downside to it. Because we've pulled back and we haven't had a bottom wick, if this does flip, because we've had a nice pullback, if it does flick, it's highly likely it's going to come and tap 2373. Yeah. Let me get this on the signals. Let's trade ideas. Two, 3, 7, 6, 9, 5, 3, 2, 3. 2, 3, 7. TP2 just would be our target, 2359. 2359.88. 2359. What I want to have a look at though is the 30. If the 30 closes bullish, which it looks like, we might have to delete. Yeah. Because if the 30 closes bullish, it means the new 30 might come down to create that bottom wick. $30 close bullish, back down, creates a bottom wick and back up. That's what I don't like. Yeah, it's highly likely this 30 is going to come down for a bottom wick. So what I might do, I might just wait for a 5 close. Below, yeah. Guys, I'm going to delete for now. And I'm going to explain the reason why. So it's not on at the minute, right? I've deleted my sell stop. And the reason being is this. I know it's a bit of a mess about that. I should have had a look on a lower time frame with the 30. I thought we were a bit longer. So the reason being, right, we've got no bottom wick. We've got no bottom wick on this 30 or the previous 30. So what tends to happen is the new 30 should come down, create a bottom wick for them, and then can still flip. And the reason it can still flip is because the 30 is closed back into the range. It hasn't filled the range. The range on the 30 is this. I know it's a bit of a fuck about putting it on and taking it off, but that's what we've got to do. So we really want to avoid this getting activated and tucked back up. So what I'd prefer to do, even if we miss the move, I would prefer to wait for a 5 close below here. If we get a 5 close below this level here, we can either market execute or wait for a top wick, but getting a 5 close below here should confirm the hour flipping to the downside in order to drive. Okay, does that make sense? So, and what we've just done, we've just got rid of the risk here. Because watch this here, because that's what could happen. This 30 could come down, activate you, and take you back up. I'd rather wait now, make sure we get that bottom wick, and then ideally see if the 5 or the 15 can close below here. That would confirm coming down to our take price and move to break even. Okay, so that's what we've got. Now remember, we can take a wing back buy from 2373 as well. So for a wing back buy, this is the kind of stuff we want to see. We want to see the 30 close bullish. We want to see the hour ideally close bullish. If the hour can close bullish, yeah, and then we get a bottom wick, and then we pull back. Ideal, that's what we want to see, isn't it? So we've got quite a lot of options here. I'm going to leave this on for now. I've deleted my sell stop just while this 30 plays out. We're going to watch it on the 5. If the 5 closes below these levels, guys, we'll look to just enter anyway. Let's confirm though, when you get a 5 close below here, what happens to price? And this is where in trading, like, you can't be lazy. You put it on and just think, oh fuck it, it's on now. It's money. A lot of money potentially. The 5s don't tend to drive straight away, tend to pull back, which is good. So we'll just wait for a pullback. Once we get that 5 close below, we'll wait for a pullback, and then we'll jump on it. So it's the same idea really. We've had a breakout on them time frames. We've got no bottom wicks, but we just got rid of the risk. We got rid of the risk. So look, 5 close below, vital we wait for a pullback, and then we get sell stops on to come down. Okay, again here 5 close below, pullback, sell stops on. That might be a bit too far down for me, that though. 5 close, pullback. I don't like that. Oh, look at this, we're pushing back up, guys. We're pushing back up. $15. How is this hour going to close? It's going to be very interesting how this hour closes, because both of them have got no bottom wick. And I don't think we've ever seen that in this area. We haven't seen an area where both candles have got no bottom wick. Even this one's got a bottom wick, this one hasn't. Both with wicks. You've got 2 there with no bottom wicks, I suppose. London's open now. Let's see what happens. It'd be nice if we can get something like this, right? So an hour close back into the area, and then we pop down, tap, wing back buy, up. What's this one here? Why did this one tap? Just be patient, guys. Gotta be patient here. 15, flipping again. Ooh, yeah, man. This is sucking me in for a sell now. Because you've got no bottom wick, I would think if you want to drive up, you're going to have to come down to this. Even if you want to drive up, you're going to have to do that. No bottom wick here. I would prefer this getting tapped here, you know, 2383. Can we come up to tap that? If that's the case, could we take a win back sell? It's like, do we need to tap this area to push up? Well, I think we do. I think we do every time. You've got to tap this area before driving back up, it looks like. So how far is this pullback going to be? You've got an area here. I'm just going to mark this up. We've got loads going on here, you got loads of potentials for buys and sells. But if you look at these, so we struggle to break these highs. We've got to pull back to these levels, it looks like, before coming back up. And if we don't, and we keep pushing up, could we take a win back sell from 2391? We potentially could. I don't think I would take this one here. Because if you look at these hours, you could just work your way up. Let me mark this up though. A lot going on, guys. Would 15 be better? Pull back, 115 gone. 15 would be nice, but there's only two 15-minute candles left of this 1 hour, so it means this 15 would have to close below, and then the next 15 couldn't close bullish, it would have to close bearish, fill in the range. 15, yeah, we've got to be careful. Price is really struggling to break the highs on it. There's 5 does here. 19, 28, 64. Can we get top wick? If we can break the highs, we might get ourselves top one. What's the 15 done though? 15 was bearish. Tells us we need to pull back down. We're going to have to come and tap this level, I would think. One of these here. Let me mark this up. Above that. Did we actually break the high there? Oh no, we did on that one, didn't we? No top wick, tuck. Is this hour going to flip, or is it going to close bullish? That is the question. That is the question. Now it could still close bullish with a bottom wick. Why? Because I told you, didn't I, that 30, this 30 could easily do something like this. Create a bottom wick, close respecting. And if it does that and activates you, it means you broke the lows now. You don't need to break the lows again. It means a new candle could easily just go. And then what does that mean for us? It means that this wick would have been a dick in quarters. Put us in. So we just gotta wait. Just gotta wait. I did like this, but I wanted this one to have a top wick. Now if we drive through, I am interested in a wing back buy from 2370. But what would we need to see? Well, I would ideally need a bullish close on the hour, ideally. That's what I would like to see. I'd need a bullish close back into the area. Now you might get this mess here, you might not get down there for a while. Hoping not. Broke below. This is an area where we broke below. We broke below, we closed bullish. The new one came down, broke the low again. So yeah, if we can get a bullish 1 hour close, I'd be interested in this wing back buy. This wing back buy is not on yet, right? I need some sort of bullish closure for a wing back buy. We're just trying to work out if we're pushing down first, because we might be pushing down, because remember the 1 hour's broke out, but you've got no bottom wick. Got no bottom wick. So what does that mean then? Well, it means either this one's create the bottom wick, or if this does close bullish, another candle will come down and create that bottom wick. So we're in a weird area at the minute, guys. Weird area. Because you've got to understand, even if we take a 5 close below here, right? If we get a 5 close below here, yes, we're highly likely to come to this. However, if it gets close to the 1 hour close, what is the previous 1 hour telling us? Well, it's telling us what tends to happen when you've got no bottom wick on this. This candle tends to close the opposite, therefore this is going to close bullish. And if that's going to happen and we get a 5 minute close below here, that means that's just coming down for the bottom wick and might not drive down because we're close to the 1 hour close. It means the hour can flip back up and close bullish, and then this will have a wick. Does that make sense how I've explained that? I don't know if I've explained that right for you. I know it's quite confusing, but it just takes time. So you've just got to be careful here, because this is an area we can get caught out on. Got no top wick on this 5. This 5's closing now. Very confusing, very waffly. Oh, cheers, John. Cheers, mate. Basically, what I'm saying is, we've got an hour with no bottom wick. What tends to happen when we get no bottom wick? The next hour tends to close bullish. Yeah? But this hour can still, so this hour's got no bottom wick at the minute, so we're thinking, well, this could still create, there's still enough time for this to create a bottom wick and still close bullish if it wants to. But we're looking for sells down, so we've got to be very careful that if we're looking for sells down, this 1 hour can catch us out, activate us, and then close bullish. And if it closes bullish, we're technically back in this range, therefore we're coming back up. So we're trying to avoid that. Does that make sense? Oh, am I talking too fast, guys? If you need me to explain something again, just let me know. Yeah, it helps me out because I don't have TNS anymore. People don't talk to me. Yeah, well, we don't have to wait to see what the hour does. It would be better, but if the 5 closes below and I get a top wick, which is slim, but yeah, we can probably still sell down, but it's whether we get that. But yeah, ideally we want a bullish 1 hour close, and then we can look at this wing back buy back up. Because what did I say on the 4? On the 4 we needed a 4 hour close below here, didn't we? For us to take sells down. Because we don't know if we're going to get this. or this. So we don't know yet. Ooh. I mean, if you want to be really safe, you can have your stops above the high, I suppose, 2, 3. Is the 4 going to end up bearish? That is the question. And if it is, where's it going to end up? If you look at this 4, it's actually done its move. So the 4 is going to be key. Look at these 4s, they actually pull back. Another 4 there. $11 for an hour close, guys. Look what's happening. Look what's happening. Tell you what, if this 15 can come, and where would this need to be then? It's the 1. I'm going to have to wait for the 1, I think. Let's just wait. I think we just wait. That'll be the safest thing to do. We'll wait for the 1. Potential sells below if we do flip, but please don't go. Please don't go. Don't go. Don't walk out that door. Please don't go. Back up 15, and then we came back up and broke the highs again. Interesting. Interesting. Do tend to come down the top. 2, 3, 7, 7. What is this doing here? 5 closed. 5 closed bullish. Could we take? Let me just mark this up, guys. We might have an aggressive entry off of 5. Maybe that. If there's 15, because there's 9 minutes left, there's 15. If we get activated on that, that would be the hour closing bullish. You're probably going to get a top wick anyway. If the 5 closes above, you look to get out. Even if the hour can't drive that much. Let's see if there's 15. We might have an aggressive entry here, right? So what I mean by aggressive is if this 15 can pop up. There's basically 10 minutes left of the hour. So if the 5 can come up to these levels, and if the 5 closes above, that's likely the hour closing above there. So if the hour does close bullish, I can't see this hour driving up. If anything, it's probably going to do that. That's probably the best you're going to get, I would imagine. Yeah, but the new hour is likely going to come and give us a bottom wick anyway, even to drive up. So we could just say, well, if the 5 closes above here, we look to get out. Stops being that. 60 pips, 60 pips, what's that? Yeah, that's what we'll do if it comes up. We don't want to flip though. Loads of potential moves though, guys. It's nice. What is this hour going to do? Seven minutes left for an hour close. Never do that. Five's not coming up, is it? That's something we could have looked at, guys. If the 5, I mean, if this 5 closes bullish, which it doesn't look like it's gonna, but if the new 5, if this new 5 can do something like this, ooh, that was a nice flip. So this is a risky trade. This, as soon as the 5 pulls away, we'll be going risk free, right? We're basically expecting the hour, so the hour's looking something like this, bottom wick. And then we're coming up. If the hour closes up there, then we're looking to pull back on the next hour. I just want to have a look at the 15s before we take this. Can the 15 fly up from here? That's what I want to have a look first. After a little pullback, basically. Doesn't tend to fly off. What's this? Is this our little area or is it this one? Pull back. Back off. Straight through. See, I haven't even tapped this again. 2, 3, 7. I would imagine you're going to have to tap that again. Okay. Okay, oh, it's nearly there. Nearly there. We don't want this 15 closing bullish, so we'd need this 15 to come and tap, which basically we would need, what would we need? We'd need this 5 to come up, create a top wick and then flip bearish. That's what we would need to see. And I don't know whether it's going to do it. You're bullish on the 5 still. He's still respecting this mana area. Can we get a little wick up? These are a reason to come back down. No bottom wicks on these. Also, you tend to tap this if you want to drive up. But that's if we're going to drive up, we might not. We might be coming all the way back down. We needed the first half of this 5 ideally to tap this, because then it would have time to push up. First 2 minutes, tap, and then it would have 3 minutes to flip and start pushing back down, and that would be the hour closing bullish, but then you would expect the new hour to open up, break the lows, to then come and break the highs. 47 going up. Gold is getting stronger, mine. 46.4. Oh, it's getting weaker now. USD. It's getting stronger. We're changing all over the place here. What news we got today? No news today. Oh, French elections today. Three minutes for an hour close. Okay, so if the hour close is bullish, then this is not on. This sell below. Okay, this is not on because we're bullish on the hour now. It means, are we going to get something like come back up? Could we look at the wing back buy? Potentially look at the wing back buy. But this would only be a range 1 breakout, and this is where you tend to get your fake out. So it doesn't mean that this is going to flip bullish. We could get that as well, and this pullback here was just a fake out. So there's a lot of things going on at the minute, but can you see the reason why we wait? This has got no bottom wick, so this one will tend to close bullish. And look what it's doing. There's 1 minute 30 left. Look what it looks like. It's going to close bullish. So what would we want to see now then? I mean, the hour was, if this hour had a bottom wick, guys, we'd probably be in on a wing back here because that's previous support. You are actually in a clean traffic range, I believe, coming down. Yeah, this is the range here, the wing back area, 2373. So you're in a clean traffic range down to there. So it's like, oh, is this hour gonna flip, guys? Oh my god, look at this. Look at this. The new hour could just open up here and push through with ours. Are we getting this? So are we gonna mess about? There's the hour close bullish. Okay, you've got no bottom wick on either, right? So what does that mean? What does that mean? We have actually, I would say we've closed back into the range, but here's the thing. The hour range is a bit, there is a range here, but it's just awful. Like, it's not the best of ranges. It's so you've closed bullish back in. I can't see another time where the hours closed below here and then you've had a small bullish close back into the range apart from these levels. So it's like, what's going to happen now? Are you just going to drive down? We potentially could drive down. However, I can't just get in on this at the minute. For me to take another sell below here on a sell stop, off a 5 I mean, I would need a top wick on this 1 hour and then a flip. Or I'll just wait for the forward close and then top wick of the 4. Because remember I said at the start, if I get a forward close below here, this level, I would look for sells coming down. Because every time you get forward closes below there, well, you tend to fly through actually. But it's a clean traffic range below that. So I would prefer a forward close below that, because what I don't want to get stuck in is this. Forward close respecting, and then you just start making your way back up. Or this. Forward close respecting, start making your way back up. So we really don't want to get stuck in this. think we're just going to have to wait at the minute, guys. I'm sure something will pop out on a smaller time frame for us though. Now if we can work out, you've still got no bottom wick on these candles. What is this doing? So if this hour can push up, got no bottom wick on this 15, doesn't help. That doesn't help, because what's that telling you about this 15 now? Come on John, put it in the chat. This 15's got no bottom wick, what's that telling you? Well, that's telling you that this one's probably going to close bullish. Very risky area now at the minute, guys. This is trap area. Okay, this is a decision making area. What is the 4 going to do? Are you going to close? If you close respecting on the 4, then you're coming back up. If you break the 4, then you're going down. But this is, we filled the range. We sort of, I can't seem to get anything unless we take an aggressive entry. And what would aggressive entry look like? Well, if we can get a pushing candle, I don't know whether I could take this now though, because of the hour. Now we're bullish on the 1, but doesn't mean we're going to be bullish on the 4. It's all on this 4 really, what the 4 is going to do. We need to know where this 4 is going to close. But if we look left, all the 4s tend to drive through. So without break, straight through. Oh, that one didn't have. This is what I'm worried of, this. 4 close respecting. If the 4 close respecting, then this wing back buys are on. But what I don't want is, if you look at this 4 close respecting and then this 4 tapped it. But if you look at the other 4s, straight through. So the wing back buy, I don't think can be on. Here's another one. Unless the 4 closes respecting. Another one. Does that make sense? So this wing back buy can't be on unless the 4 closes respecting here. For me. This is a good session if I don't blow smoke up my own ass myself. Right? These ranges are really good. I mean, there's all sorts what can happen here. And if you're not learning anything from this session, guys, like, I don't know what's happening, because there's all sorts going on. There's loads of potentials. They're looking at traps and everything. Yeah. So soak it all in, guys. Soak it all in. How are we going to drive through here? Do we need to break this low? I would think we need to break the low, and if we need to break the low, that's 10 pips. I would have needed to pull back up. What about a 30 close? We win or we learn, Paolo. Correctamundo. Let's have a look if we get a 30 close below here, guys. This is all we're trying to do. If we get a 30 close below here, if 100% of the time it drives straight through, we'll take it. 30 close, pull back, gone, through. This one didn't. We had a fake out. But we are coming from the upside. Straight through on the 30. We can come straight through as well. 30, pull back, missed it. Came back into the area. 30 close. The 30s can come straight through for the 1-2. So it means if this does flip and drive, it's likely going to tap 2373. 30 didn't actually tap it. 30 did. See, all the 30s tap it first. So that tells me that you don't get a 30 close. So it means you're going to have to look at a lower time frame. I think that 5 is probably best. What about 15? If we get a 15 close below here, what happens to price? We've got our advantage point, key. That's our advantage point, 2373. The majority of the time price comes back down to 2373. So we had a 15 close here, and then we got a top wick, and then we drove through. This 15 drove straight through. $15 top wick through. But we had a decent pullback at that point. 15 fake out, back in. 15 back in. Didn't actually tap. So we would have to wait for a pullback off the 15. Tapping previous support. It looks like. But then again, you might do this. 15. Come down, tap, you've missed the move. So, bit of a tricky one. 15, fake out. 15, tap. 15, tap. It's not the best, is it? 4 is the best to come down, really. The 4 is the best to come down. Let's have a look though, right? Off a 5 and a 15. Let's see what happens off the 15. If we do come down to this, even when we drive down, what happens? So what we're looking for is, even if we have to drive down, we tap, pull back, and then drive. If we get this, we can look at this for a wing back buy still, because the one's bullish now. So technically we can. Good morning, Martin. How you doing, mate? Yeah, it is interesting. It's moving nice, really. Or if price drives straight through, then obviously we can look at this. Okay. So let's have a look at the 15s. Even when you drive down, what happens at 2373? So what have we got here? So we tap it here, we reject and come back up. Nice. We tap it here, we reject and come back up to here. So do we put this as our take partial, move to break even? Okay. Even though we do play out still. So 100% of the time when you come and tap this, you pull back to this at the moment. Okay, that's what we've got. Let's go more left. Okay, look at this one. So 15 straight through. Comes all the way as far as 2366. So do we need to put stops below that? So we'll mark that up, because you then come, so we would have entered here straight through into drawdown, close to stops, but then you still come back to tap 2375. What's this on 21 pips? Stops would be 69 pips. Even when you want to drive down, you still got to come back. So we're still 100%. Okay. 15 tap, pull back, nice. We disregard them ones. You disregard these ones as well. We're only looking at ones where they've broke above and then come back, or they're coming up. So again, even if you want to drive down, tap, pull back, tap, pull back, tap, pull back. This one missed it, you would have missed the move. Tap, pull back. Oh, look at this, so look at this one. Straight through. So does that mean we need to move stops to the low of there? So still 100% of the time you tap and you come and tap 2375. Obviously stops are bigger now, a lot bigger. That's 120 and we're after 20 pips. So this is where you've got to work out, are you willing to risk the previous stop loss, or this would be the safest thing to do. Tap, pull back, straight through. Again, you come back and tap. See, this is why my entries are so, like yesterday we tapped it and rejected. Literally no sort of drawdown, no lit bang on the area, taps and rejects. Look at that. Straight through, tap, even to move down. So what's telling me is 100% of the time, if stops are here and you take an entry for a buy, even when you want to drive down, you still pull back to this. So then you've got, then the next question is, well, is your risk right? Are you happy to risk, how many pips was it? 120 pips to gain a potential 23 pips. That's where you've got to make that decision if you're willing to risk that. So again, look at this, perfect, look at this. Even when we big aggressive push down, tap, tap, before driving down. So yeah, I do. I like 2373 because even if we drive down 100% of the time, if we do come down to this level, 100% of the time, even if you want to drive down, you still tap this before coming down. So then you've got to say the probability, it's happened a few times as well, it's high probability trade, and literally that is all you're doing with trading. That is it. You're just working out high probability setups. That's it. Not about this double top, triple top, divergence is correct. We've had a fair value gap, we're doing this, we've got this, the overriders meet up with the fluffer valves, and so on and so forth. Just look at previous data, what's it telling you. Now if it doesn't do it, then it's new data, and it doesn't mean you're not wrong. This is where people really struggle with trading. So if we took, let's say we took this trade and price just decided to come straight down to stops, yeah, and you go over this trade and you look at your previous data, 100%, you were 100% of the time you pull back, but this time you didn't. It does not mean you're wrong. This is where people go, well, the strategy doesn't work, I need to do more testing. It's not. It's impossible to get a 100% win rate month on month on month on month. You're going to take losses, and the way you look at these losses, right, are you ready? This is the way you look at these losses. Every business has expenses. Every business has expenses, right? When you take a loss, that is your business expenses. You just that's your expenses to run your business. You've got to take a loss. It's impossible to get 100. Yes, we do pretty well. I mean, look at our win rate. We're doing pretty well. But remember, June, we only took, was it 5 trades in June? We didn't take many trades at all. So it's easy to get a 100% win rate in a month. But look, November was good, yeah, 100%, 100%. Yes, we have a high win rate, but it's still not 100%. You're always going to have losses. So I do like this wing back buy, because even if we drive down, we're looking nice. You've had a 1 hour bullish close, so it's a case of, if the 4 closes respecting this area even better for us, then yeah, I'll definitely put this on to wing back buy. I might still take it beforehand if it gets close to the 4. Why do you think I would take it if it's close to the 4? Well, because, remember what I told you about candles? When candles are pushing down, so let's say this 4 is pushing down, 10 of black. The last quarter of, or near the end of the candle, what will happen? It'll tend to pull back and you'll be left with a wick. So if it's close to the 4, then yeah, the 4 might pull back and close respect in the last minute. Okay, so we do have options here. We've got loads of options going on at the minute, but we've just got to wait, guys. We've got to be disciplined, wait for our setup. I waffled on a bit there, haven't I? Anybody want to talk? Guys, if you're watching on YouTube and I'm an idiot, if you think I'm an idiot, drop me a like. That'll probably get us more likes, won't it? If I just ask, look guys, if you think I'm an idiot, drop me a like. Bloody hell, the likes are going up. Flying up. I've got more likes than viewers. How's that happened? So the best thing to do really would be wait for this 4 to close. If this 4 closes respecting, fantastic, we're looking at wing back buys. If it closes below, fantastic, we'll wait for the top wick and we'll take sells below. Fairly straightforward really. I'm trying to see though, if this price does pull back, could we take a wing back sell? That's what I'm looking at. So let's say the hours close like this. How far is this pullback? And if I can work out how far the pullback comes on the hour, we could look at if the 4 closes there, what happens. If the 4 closes there and still you get a bottom wick, then we could still take it, couldn't we? Because the 4 is going to close bearish and you still get a bottom wick. Therefore you're going to get an advantage point out of it. You're not an idiot. I just think it's a lot of information to take in as a whole. I still find it hard to read the way you read in an in-depth way. I'm sure others probably do, yeah. Well, it'll just take time. This is why I say 3 to 6 months of streams and you'll be picking it up. It's weird because I do believe like Forex is not like a course. Like you can't just sit down a course and by the end of it you're qualified and you know it at all. Do you know what I mean? I think your subconscious mind has to take it in. It's not you, it's your subconscious mind what takes the info in. That's what you have to train, your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind just watching the streams and us taking trades constantly, that's where you'll start taking the trades and you'll start seeing what I'm seeing. Okay, what were we doing? We were looking at this 1 hour, weren't we? See, it doesn't pull back that much here. Let me mark this one up. Ooh. We are breaking the laws. If we can get a 15 without tapping this and we get a top wick, but the top wick has got to come and tap like the top of the body of the 15, then yeah, potentially we could take the sells down. But at the minute, very risky taking these sellers at the minute for me. Because USD is not much stronger than gold at the moment. So when you got an hour close, if you look what happened here, we actually pulled back to this level, 2383, before driving down. Again, I mean, you actually come down to these and then you come up to 2383. So do we have to tap this to then tap this? Potentially. If we get a nice pushing candle, then we could take an aggressive entry on the 2373, I suppose. We could take, but it would have to be an aggressive until the forward closes. So we got an hour close here, and then the hour comes back up to 2383. I don't think we've tapped 2383, but look what happened. We didn't actually tap this until we tapped this. So does that mean we need to come down first? Again, respecting. Back up. The date is not the best for the 1 hours, but every time you've closed respecting this, you pull back to 2383. Interesting. So could we take a wing back sell from 2383? So now what we need to do is look at 2383 and say, if price wants to drive up, what happens here? Do we still get something like this? And if we do, can we work out where the advantage point, and this would be our take partial move to break even. If 100% of the time, even if price wants to push up, you come and tap this level, then we could look at wing back sell, can we? Oh, look at this now, guys. Stand by though, because if we do push with a pushing candle down to 2372, as in one candle comes down, then I will be looking to take it. But we don't want the 4 closing down there. That's key. So look, one 15-minute candle through. Tap, tap. So if this 15 can come down and tap it, then yeah, we'll be in there. 9 minutes left. You'd need the 5s to start pushing now. Yeah, because if the 15 closes below and doesn't activate it, it means the next 15 can drive through. You could even take a sell, I suppose, but because the one's bullish, it's just a bit riskier taking the sells. So another 15 candle, big pushing candle on the 15, down, tap, pull back. So yeah, I would want a nice big pushing candle. Again, nice big pushing. Big pushing. This one didn't work. Oh, I don't like that one though. What's that? Half 5. I mean, he came up and broke all these highs at this point. The safest thing to do is wait for the 4, but there's some nice setups really lining up. So we've now got that bottom wick on the hour now. So now what's going to happen on this hour? You've now got the bottom wicks on here. Is this hour going to flip back to the upside? Now if the 30 closes respecting, I don't think it will though. I think you're probably going to break out, because if anything you're probably going to get a fake out here. So you're going to get something like this, right? 30 close, new 30 back in, and then we'll start coming back up. And what that'll do is just having this fake out here will entice loads of people to sell. Where would the stops be? Stops would be above this high. Let's see if this 15 close respecting, that'd be better for me. If this 15 close respecting, and then the new 15 push down with no bottom wick, no top wick, and then we flip, that would be lovely. We can get something like that. It's what this daily, all we're trying to do is work out where this daily is going to flip. Now remember what I said though, we don't know if we're going to reject from here like this with small bearish daily close, or we're going to reject from here. So there's 2 areas we can reject from, here or here. I think stops would have to be below that daily, I would think. With a big hand there. That would be last line of defence. 200 pips. You'd have to work out if that's for you guys really, because you've got no top wick on the daily still, so I would imagine, and the weekly, but I'm probably seeing this daily closing bearish. The only thing what's putting us off for sellers at the minute, otherwise we'd be in. No bottom wicks, no bottom wick on the 2. So is the 2 going to close bullish as well? The 1 had no bottom wick, and we knew this 1 was going to close bullish. Look what happened to close bullish. So now you would need a 1 hour bearish close to take just simple sell stops. At that point you might as well wait for the 4 hour. $4 minutes for a 15 close. It'd be nice if this 15 can close like this. I want it to fill the range or literally close respecting. I'll get some tunes on now, guys. So imagine if we had the sell stop on. Now I'm not saying this is not going to play out. It probably will, because even if we drive up, we look like we need to tap this anyway. But if we had the sell stop on now, you would have been activated on this, pulling back. Two, three, 7, 3, 2, 7. In a way, we sort of want the 4 to close here, respecting like this, and then the new fall pop down and flip to the upside. That would be perfect for us. Where was that area we had? Coming back up. Z, wasn't it? 2383. Oh, look at the one now, guys. See, we're just messing about. Looks like the 4 is going to be closing respecting around here. There's 30 minutes left of the 4. Very interesting. I don't know if we're going to move much here. My woman back, I think she's showing, isn't she? Let the tunes on, guys. Yeah. You had about to push back up, you mean, Mark? Not down, you mean? This is quite clean below here, but I'm on about below this. Very clean. This is the thing, if you do come below here, you could just drive straight through. But you do tend to reject here. The 4s, the thing with the 4s don't tend to tap and then pull back, I don't think. Let's have a look. So 4 didn't actually come and tap it, pull back. Again, this 4 didn't tap it, or this one. So I don't know whether this 4 is going to tap it. So if we're going to push up, and when the daily's going to flip, I don't think this 4 is going to tap it, it'll be the next 4. Again, 4 didn't tap it. But the next 4 came down, didn't quite tap it there, but you get the idea that the 4, it's the next 4 what comes down. So I'm not sure we're going to move much here, depending on this 4. And the 4 doesn't tend to... You've only got 30 minutes left to the 4. Can the 30 drive down? I'm not sure it can. And even if it does, how far is it going to drive? It can't drive that far. So if this 4 does tap it, you're likely going to get a pullback on the 4, or the next 4 is going to probably give you a top wick. It's like what we're saying is, do we need to break these highs if we want to come down? That's what we're saying. That's if we want to come down. Because remember, the daily and everything, yes, we've closed respecting, but you do tend to come and tap this. It's very, very interesting, guys. If this 4 does come and tap this though, it would have to be an aggressive entry. So it'll be like a 5, we move stops on a 5. Yeah, it means we might get stopped out. For the risk as well, I don't know whether I'd take partial here. I think I would have to just wait for closures back above for partials. I don't know whether it'd be worth it. 5's close respecting. Sorry, 15's close respecting. Nice. No top wick. Can this 15 push down and tap? If it can, I'll be in there. Yeah, exactly that, Martin. Exactly that, mate. I don't know if Vic's trading this week. Oh, I'll see if New York's on this week. Well, we only took two trades last week, guys, and we were up £1,000. Oh, did she? Has to fly out quick, mate. What we looking for again? We've got potential wing back buy here, but I saw it's not on as a wing back buy as of yet, because the only way I'm taking it is if 115 pops down, then I'll take it. But we'll be aggressive with stops. If the forward closes respecting here, then this will become an official wing back buy. Okay. But the forward closes in 25 minutes, so it's a case of we're waiting here. Because for me to take sells now, I would need a 1 hour close below this, and then I'd need a top wick breaking the highs. I'd probably need this tapping for me to take sells below. That's what I would probably want. I just want to have a look what this hour can do. I mean, this hour could actually drive straight through. Oh, we're pushing. Oh, I love how there's no top wick on there. Yeah, guys, if this is not for you, it is a lot more riskier trade. Okay, if it's not for you, don't take it. Okay, that's why I put things in place. So the only way I take it is if 115-minute candle comes down. If the 4 closes below this level, that's my get out. That's where I look to get out. Okay, there's 25 minutes left of this 4. How far can this 4 push now in 25 minutes? Well, it'll probably be the 15, won't it? As soon as the 15 pulls away, I'll be looking to go risk free. So my stops are actually down here because the only way to get out as well is another entry here. That's it. So it is going to be big stops for me personally. Well, that's my stops, guys. That's what I'm doing. You don't have to copy me. Even if you take one thing from the way I trade and put it to your own, because the way I trade might not be the right way for you. Oh, what's this? We've got 9 minutes left. Oh, we're pushing. No bottom wick on the 5. That's nice. I like that. Can we pop down? Stand by, guys. Stand by. No top wick. You haven't broken any highs here. Is this a fake out to the downside? Is this the 30 closing? The 30 didn't actually break out. The 15 didn't break out. You got no top wick on the 15. Can this 5 come down, tap, and then flip bullish? Come on, get down there. There is sometimes where the 4 can actually tap this area and then come back into the range. So this could potentially be the wing back area. I ideally want this 5 to carry on before creating a top wick. Because it's all on this 15 really. I wouldn't. If this 15 closed below, guys, I don't think I'll take this. I'll just wait for the 4 to close. Even though we might get a 15 close back in, so you might get something like this, 15 back in like that, and you've had a fake out here. What I'll look to do then, if we do get that fake out, that's the 4 closing respecting, we'll just look to buy up. But I would really like this 15 to tap it. Gold's gone pretty weak, like. But USD's not that strong. 5's pushing. What we can do as well is if the 5 closes below, we can just get out. It might be a small loss. I'm just trying to see if the 5 does break below. 5 tap. Oh, interesting. Five tap, 5 close below. Means you couldn't push a bit further. We're not there yet, are we? I'm watching it, yeah, I'm watching it. Because the daily can come straight through, because the daily previous support is here, 2359, isn't it? Remember? There's a 15. Yeah, so if the 5 closes below, it doesn't really mean much. Are you going to drop through the floor, yeah? See, I would need a 4 close me to take sells at the minute. 1 minute and 30 for a 5 close. That means there's one 5-minute candle left on this 15. So ideally we would want this 5 to tap it, then the new 5 close bullish. I don't know whether the 15 is going to take that. If you don't like it, guys, we just wait for the 4. Simple, just wait for the 4. Is the 4 going to reject? That's the question. And we will be moving stops fairly quickly. Okay, as soon as the 5 pulls away, something like that, we'll be moving stops. All we need to see is if we're going to reject from here. Oh, that is it. We need to see if we're going to reject from here. Okay, stand by. We've got 30 seconds for a 5 close. I'm not in yet. I'm not in yet. Can we tap that area? One more 5 push. Come on. I'm not in yet, guys. I'm quite tapped out. We the 15 break the low. Can the 5 break the lows again? We don't want. If this comes up now and taps this, guys, I won't be getting in on this. This needs to tap it. Don't do this to me. Come on. Come on, the 15. Get on there. If it pulls back, guys, to this could be what we were after. This is the thing. We were close to it. If this comes up and taps it, I'm not taking this. So close as well. What's the pips here? Well, the 5's flipping. 3 pips. I mean, these 15s tend to come actually tapping 22, 3, 7, 1. Remember what these 15s again? Just pay attention, guys, right? Yeah, this 15 tapped it. New 15 didn't. So I would think the new 15 is going to have to pull back. It's 15, yeah, this is what I'm after, this here. You got a 15 here, the new 15 came down. So if the new 15 breaks below, we'll just look to manage risk. We can potentially get out a break even, but it should still play out, I would imagine. But if you don't want to be in the drawdown, you see. I'm not in yet, guys, right? I'm not in. Is a 15 going to drive down here? Okay, we're on it, aren't we? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. 15's about to close in 2.5 minutes. Okay, okay. This is what I'm going to do, guys. I'm not actually in on this, but what I'm going to do, I'm putting a buy stop. I'm putting a buy stop on this 5. Okay, I've got a buy stop on. If this 5 flips to the upside now, it's likely going to come and tap 2375. Now the 15, where's the 15 at? That's if the new 15 pulls back. Well, how long we got left for the 4? Can this 5 flip? Is the 15 going to close down here? I want to see if this 15 closes down here, what happens to price. That's what I want to see. Okay. We need the 15 to close respectancy. If the 15 closed below here, guys, we're going to delete the buy stop. Got 1 minute left. Because you're likely going to push further, and we're going to wait for a 4. You might as well at that point. This 15 has to close respecting this level. How long we got left? 40 seconds. Well, 15. Yeah, I mean, it still play out, but you might as well wait. You can push further down. 30 seconds, guys. The new 15 could easily push further, or could even pull back. Oh, guys, I'm deleting me. Delete. I'm deleting the buy stop. Because the 15's broke the low. Yes, we can probably still get a pullback, but it's not my trade to take, guys. If it's for you, take it. I'm going to wait for the 4 now. It is likely it's going to pull back as well. It's just the next 15 can push further down. We're going to wait for the 4, guys. We'll have some more direction from the 4. It looks like it's pushing back up as well. Because when the 5s break below you, they tend to drive further down. For what I'm saying. So you might as well have a wing back sell. So you might as well have your wing back sell down on these levels. Oh, you got a 5 close there actually, and you still pull back. But look, so you might as well have wing back sells down here, 2369. That's what I'm saying. It might pull back, guys, and play out, but the way that my rule was, if the 15 closed like that, then it's not for me. Any money in it still? If you're hard, prepare. You can come down to these levels. It can still play out, but you're probably going to come and tap 2370. Just whether you get that pullback first. Yeah, I'm going to wait for the 4, guys. I'm going to wait for the 4. Yeah, that's what we're going to have to do now. 13 minutes. Well done, John. It's not like you. It's not like you, mate. The best setup here, guys, right, is the daily pulling back to these levels where we've got a wing back buy at 2356. That's probably our best setup today. Or, you know what I said at the start of the stream, I'll be taking sells around 2414 with stops just above the high. That's what I've got. So let's prepare for the 4 then. Let's have a look at the 4. What do we want to see on the 4 then? So if, let's say for example the 4 closes below, let's have a look. When we get a 4-hour close below here, what happens to price? So 4 closes below, you drive straight through, no top wick. Okay, so this is what I'm saying with this trade. This is why we're out, because it doesn't mean we're going to get a top wick off the previous 4. What else have we got? 4 close below, again no top wick. Are we going to drive straight down? 4 close below, we did get a top wick here, so could we look at something like a wing back sell from 2379? Okay, 4 close below, pull back 2378, and you actually got a bottom wick. 4 close below, not much of a top wick, and then gone. So basically, every time you close below there on the 4, you drive down to 2360, 100% of the time. No, you don't. You drive down to at least 2369. So this would have to be our take partial move to break even area. So yeah, we wait for the 4th. The 4 closed below here. Yeah, to be honest, you could market execute and come down, because you don't pull back. You don't seem to pull back much. I would prefer top wick. I always prefer top wick, guys, you know me. But you could get a top wick at 2378. But I suppose if you do market execute, that could be a second entry. Stops could just be, yeah. See, this is the thing with stops. Like, it shouldn't be breaking this really. If you get a forward close below there, it shouldn't break that, because it's never done that. You've never had a forward close below here and you broke this level. So stops could be about 80 pips. Second entry around here. But that's as long as we don't tap 2363. That's your advantage point. Yeah. So what does they have? Get rid of this. Get rid of this. That's what we've got going on, guys. If you really want to be safe, you could have stops the high of the 4. There for me. 8 minutes for the close. You can see the importance, guys. See why we got out? Look, you could have held on to that with hope. Hope is a killer in trading. Yeah. Still might play out, because the 4 might just close like this. I mean, if you get a fake out on the 4 though, guys, back up, you're done. Like, it's probably going to break the highs. But I will be looking at a second entry at 2378. It's a case of how far is this 4 going to drive now. Can we go slow? And I need a bottom wick, guys. If we don't have a bottom wick, then the only thing I'll be looking at is a wing back buy from 2356. That's it. And then you're probably thinking, well, that means you've still got to come down. I know, but we might not. It means we're probably going to close bullish on this 4. And if we get a fake out back into this area, we're probably coming to break the highs. That's the daily and the weekly flip. So I need a bottom wick on the 4. Let's get this. Don't actually need a top wick here though. My trade IDs have been all over. I've had 1, 2, 3 trade IDs. No, sorry. 2 trade IDs. All delete. 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 Do we need to come back up? See, if this is the 4 close here, and then we can pull back, wing back sell, that'd be perfect for me. Would be perfect, but if we do something like that, yeah. What's this here? I would probably take that. It's 22 pips. Let's see what this 15 does. We ideally want this 15 to close bullish, believe it or not. And that's the 4 pulling back. Because remember, the daily can flip at any point. Four minutes for the close, guys. Remember, we don't actually need a top wick here. Right, price can still drive through without a top wick. But I need a bottom wick. This is the thing. I need to have a bottom wick on the 4. If I don't have a bottom wick on the 4, then I need a pullback. I'd look at this for a wing back sell, but I wouldn't be putting a sell stop on. It might still play out as well, but because you might do something like this on the 4, you might push straight down and then close bullish. A lot of stops here. What time are we on? 10 o'clock. 100 pips, something like. 3 minutes for a close, guys. I think what I'm going to do, I'll probably put a sell stop underneath the 4. That's what I'm looking at, right? Risk free would be 2369, but you're probably looking to come down to 2363, where I'll take the majority of the out the trade. The target would just be 2360. Stops would be here. However, our get out would be if the 4 closes back above there. I'm looking to get out, but I will take a second entry at 2378. But I can only take that second entry if this 4. If we get activated here and then we push up, then I'd take it. I wouldn't take it if we get like a bearish 4. Basically, if we come down to tap this, then I wouldn't be taking this as a second entry, but at that point you've got your profit anyway. But it would have to happen in the first 4. Okay. You can take this as a wing back sell straight away, but it is riskier. As in the 4, I mean the 4s tend to tap there and reject anyway, so but I would just be a bit more with the stops. I'd be looking to go risk free as soon as you tap sort of 2377. But at that point you're breaking back into that range, you don't want that, do you? You had a nice 5 close there. This would be could even take partially, I suppose. I mean, what is that? Yeah, I'd take partially. This is what we want though, guys. This is a nice pullback here. See, if you break back above this here, you hit stops, you're then likely, that's probably going to initiate the daily flip at that point. At that point, that means you're coming all the way through. So that's why stops are there. But we're just going off the 4-way, guys. 100% of the time you come through. But remember, it hasn't happened many times because we're all-time highs. And when you get that, everything's a lot more riskier. Let's see what this 4 does. Okay, guys, I'm going to get a sell stop underneath this 4 in case it does open and drive. Okay. 2, 3, 7, 1, 9, 5. I've got sell stops on this now, guys. It's below the low of the wick. Okay. Now, if I've also got a wing back sell from 2378. So if this 4 can come up first, I will be taking another entry from 2378. We're not activated. My target for this is 2363. I'll be taking more partial here. Take more partial, and my target is 2359, and that's the daily coming down. Okay. I'm just going to get this wing back sell on. Sell stops. Strength's really nice. 2, 3, 7, 8.41. Stop loss is 2381.97. I'm not in yet. TP1 is 2376, 2376.93. Don't think it's much, but I would have to do that. 14 pips, but stops are so small there, it's pretty nice. 2376.93 and TP2 would be that 2363, 2363.68. Lovely jubbly. Modify. This is a basic forward breakout. This 2 point. Oh shit. 2. Yeah, because if we've just pushed with the liquidity and we can't get down, we need to pull back. Then if it's going to pull back, it's going to tap this area for the 4 to then flip to come through. That'll be enough liquidity, but whether it's going to do it or not. So that's what I've got going on at the minute, guys. I've got a sell stop below, and we've got a potential wing back sell at 2378. Stops at 2381. Take partial move to break even is 2369.59. I will take more partial here, but the target is 2359. Also for today, we've got potential wing back buys at 2356. Okay, that's what I'm looking at. I don't know whether my stops will be here though if I do take this, so let's get rid of this for now. Let's see what this 15 does. Are we going to get activated? Not in yet, guys. Oh, I'm in. I'm activated. Okay, we've got sells on this now. We have sells. You got no bottom wick on the 5. Got no top wick on the 5. That's what we've got going on, guys. Okay. Now this could just be a break the lows to come back up. So just be prepared. But the 4, looking at previous data, you don't actually get much of a top wick on the 4. So are we going to drive straight through? We will see. Now these 4s, where do these 4s come? These 4s tend to come straight through. So are we going to come straight through to TP? That would be nice. This one, you get a top wick. So it does look like you're going to come to 2363. You could just watch this off a 4, you guys. You could leave it, really. Where's 2363? Is that 2363? 2363, yeah. So it's up to you whether you go risk-free here. All the 4s, 100% of the time, you come straight through to 2363. So it's up to you guys what you do, okay? You know what I'm like, I like to go risk-free and get something out of the trade. Everyone alright? Can we drive on the 4? Strength's nice. So if you look at USD, 57.3 going up, 25.3 going down on gold on the 15. We just need a 15-minute close below this level, and we should be good, really. I know you might hate me, but I would like to come back up for that second entry. Because the odds are good on the 4s, but if you look at these 15s here, it means we might come back up. I would prefer this second entry, believe it or not. Be much better entry. But we'll see. We'll see. So New York session's on Thursday, guys, 2 o'clock, basically after the USD CPI news. For New York session. Should we watch on the 5? For shits and gigs? Do me a favour while we're watching this, right? Just watch these. USD going up. Gold arrow going down. Okay, so technically we should still be pushing down. Now this is off previous data mine, so this will be calculated from like the 3 and the 2. 3 and the 1 minute. But what you'll see is, you'll see the arrows change and price will start changing direction. So if you look at gold now, 26.4 arrows change to up. And you can see price is starting to push back up. So what we want to see ideally for price to keep moving down is the 5 minute to point down again and the USD to stay up. Okay, and you'll see prices start pushing down. Okay, so it's whether you want to watch on the 5, right? Because it might be daunting. This, if I were you, if you want less stress, just watch on the 4. Because the 4 is in a clean traffic range back down. And if the 4 does pull back, it's probably only going to pull back to around these levels. I can't really see it breaking them highs. If it does break them highs, then this would be a range 1 breakout on the 4. And then, sorry, range 1 fake out, this would be. Therefore, you're pretty confident you're going to come and break them highs at that point. And that's the daily flip, so you're not interested. You don't want to be in this. Right? If anything, I'd be taking buys up from the 4. Okay? But it does look like you can't break them highs without coming down to 2.363. I'll come in now and make a bro. This is, what's this? 23 pips. Guys, I'm going to go and make a cup of tea. Okay, I think I'm probably going to... I mean, I would say go risk-free at 2369, okay? I'd at least go risk-free, but the 4, if you just leave it on the 4, might take a few hours to get down, but 100% of the time you come and tap 2363, so you could just take your partial there. It's up to you. Right, I'm just going to go and make a brew, guys. Let me just check the chat before I go. What we got? Broken the support line. Now got out wait for 4 minutes. Get my porridge while we wait. Yeah. Type on trade and Discord. Do you mean TP break even is 2366? Which one's that on? Oh no. No, there's a sell stop at 2371. TP1 is 2369, which is this. So that's right. The sell limit is the wing back sell. 2378. Yeah. TP1 is 2376. Yeah, that's right, that John. 2366. TP break even. No. No, mate. I've got my break even at 2369. Also assuming you mean sell stop and not sell limit. The sell limit is the wing back sell. Okay. There's 2 trade IDs being put in. Sell stop, which we've been activated, and a sell limit. I can't deal with a 5 min. You can't deal with a 5 min. I banned myself from it. Ha 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 ha. I'm tired. Forgive me. No worries, mate. Yeah, if you can't watch at the lower time frame, guys, just watch it on a 1 or a 5. Okay, I'll keep it on the 1 for you. I'm just gonna go and make a latte. We've got do you know what we had yesterday? I know I'm a bit of a geek with my latte and that, right? We had a coconut milk latte. Do you know what? It was fantastic. I loved it. Really nice. So I think we've got some more. My get out of this trade, guys, is if the 4 breaks back above here. That's where I look to get out. Okay, but I'd still be taking this second entry. Because let's say the 4 does break back above there. Okay. Let's say the 4 breaks back above like that. From previous data, the 4 needs to come and tap this level. It's never ever close back in without tapping this. Okay? But if let's say it does tap up there, what are we going to get? It's tough because we've never done it. If we do, you're going to carry on driving. You might pull back down to 2369, which would be a sweet spot, but that's after you come and break these highs. You would have been stopped at that point. So the only way I'd be taking this is this. Look at this 4 here. So this 4 closed respecting, right? And still came all the way down to tap it. So if you break that, guys, it's brand new data, and I'm not interested in the trade. If we get stopped here, I'd take this trade again tomorrow. Right, I'd take it every day. I'd take it every day. Okay. Right, I'm gonna go make a brew. Make sure you go risk free. Take partial. We've got coconut milk is okay. At least it's real. Yes, exactly, man. I love you. I love your words of wisdom. Oh, the sun's out as well, guys. Oh my god. Beach day, I think. Beach day. I'll be back in a sec. Flip back up, have we? It's the 4. Okay. No bottom wick on the 15. We did close bearish on the 15, which is nice. Can this 15 flip to downside? I'm just making the brews, guys. I've got to warm the milk in there. Still 15 bearish close, which is nice. So now it's happened. Nothing's happened. I'll leave it on the hours for you. sun's out, guys. Oh, we flipped back bearish, have we? What does that mean? 30's going to close bearish. Looks like it. What means is this 15 going to flip? I'm going to come the call. Nice. I've got my brew, guys. I've got my brew. Oh, sorry, the strength's nice again. I'll look at the 5. Gold's still strong on the 5. We might have to come back up if we can't drive. Depending on this 30, really, how this 30 is going to close. If this 30 closes bearish, then we're probably going to still kind of come down. I might leave you with this, guys, because it might be a longer time frame trade. It might take a couple of hours to get down. I look homeless here, don't I? Only big relentless hoodie. With my dreads. I look a bit homeless, don't I? Yeah, I might just leave us with it. Let's see how this 30 closes. If this 30 closes, doors you're bullish, we're probably going to have to come back up. That's where I'm interested in that second entry. Okay, and at that point you can decide what you want to do with that second entry, whether you hit the sweet spot. So your sweet spot, what is this? So what I mean by sweet spot, 64 pips. So if we half that, what's that? 32. 32 pips. There's your sweet spot here. So at this point, if you take that second entry, the same lot size, if price does come up, tap. This is an area where you can get out of both trades at break even if you want to. Obviously I won't be doing that. Because from previous data you have to come and tap this. So I'll be taking this. Stops will be the same. If stops hit, stops hit. It's new data in my eyes. So that's what I've got. There's bullish close on the 30, so it might mean we need to come back up, but it might take a bit longer here. And it's 10:30. I always jump off at 11 anyway, so I might just go and have this cup of tea with the missus and chill. What did the 15 close like? Remember the 15? Ah, the 15 broke the highs here. I mean, if this 15 can pop down, it's unlikely though. You broke the highs on the 15. It does look like you're going to have to come back up. Otherwise, you would have started pushing down now, I would think. Any questions, guys? If anything changes, I'll be dropping it in the. I mean, I'm in the nest all day today, to be honest. So, if anything changes, I will drop it in the trade ideas. These tunes are just banging, man. I am communicating with someone to see if I can use his music for my live streams. So I'm gonna have some decent tunes, and his tunes are banging. But it's whether he wants to or whether he's gonna allow me to. Because he could easily sell his music, which he does, to be honest with you, but I'm being a bit cheeky. I hope you have learned something today, guys. Really good charts today. I mean, we've had loads of options, we've had trade. This is what I'm saying, you've got to adapt all the time. It's not contradicting yourself, right? It's adapting. That's the way I look at it. It's adapting. Some people say it's because I've had it before, you contradict yourself a lot. Do I? Or do I adapt to the candles change? I'm not lazy. If I put a trade on and the 5 doesn't close out 1 at 5, I'll delete it because I'm not lazy. Do you know what I mean? That's what you've got to be like. Elevator type. Yeah. So any questions before I go? If you haven't done so, please drop us a like, subscribe to the channel. We're doing good on likes per viewers, which is nice. We're a new channel. We trade most weekdays from 8 AM, if you're new to the channel, this is. Most weekdays from 8 AM for London session, and about 3 days a week for New York session with Vic and the Dean Indicator. To get notified when we're on, jump into our Discord, which is in the link tree in the descriptions on this channel. And come and join us, man. Come and join us. Our stats are fantastic. Our stats are really good. Like, I'm not thick, guys. I do look on the internet. I do look on YouTube and compare my stats with others. I do. Right, and we are smashing it. We're up there. We're massively up there. The only issue we've got is we haven't got the brand awareness because we're not an MLM or anything like that. We haven't been sort of doing that side. So that's it really, but you compare our stats with others, we're up there. I mean, you've got some people making 20-40% a month, but then you've got blown accounts and things like that, so it's what suits you guys. The way I trade might not suit you, and you might find that out in a month, 2 months, but if you take one thing away from me, then I've done my job. Okay, 'cause that's what I've done when I watched different mentors. I took one thing away from each one, and everyone, even though some of them were useless, but everyone taught me at least one thing, so I can't really use the word useless. Yeah, I'm gonna jump off, guys. I'm gonna love yous and leave yous. Same time tomorrow. I'm not actually on Wednesday. I'm not on Wednesday. Okay, so Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, we're on. So I'll see yous all tomorrow, and I'll keep you updated on this trade. Remember to go risk free here. You can take partial if you want, or you can hold out for take partial here, but you might get stopped at break even and then fly down, which would be gutted, won't you? Second entry I'll be taking here, 2378. My get out is if the forward closes bullish. If the forward closes bullish, I'm looking to manage and get out of both trades if I'm in both. Okay. Other than that, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Catch you later, guys. Toodaloo.